Okay, so I hope this is not going to get confusing for you because I use the restaurant as an example of how to interact with the um, REST API that I created for the class. But of course, I don't have the what's it called, the code for the particular student. So I'm going to switch back to how I'm going to use the same REST API, but to load the list of players for my website. Okay, this is, let's see, where's my first team page? So first team, this is what my page should look like. Open with web browser. Uh, Come on. Okay, let's, okay, can I, there we go. So this is what my first team page, of course, there are still some, this is just a blank image. Now, what I want to do is I want to load the list of players into this blank space here. Of course, that's going to push down this content at the bottom. All right. So let's go back to the JavaScript code. I'm going to use what is known as Ajax. For you to use Ajax, you need to bring in the jQuery library. jQuery library can be easily pulled in from anywhere on the web. Let's pull something, Google, okay, jQuery CDN. Actually, a CDN is a content. So at times when I'm dealing with this particular class, I kind of mix it with my JavaScript class. A CDN is a content distribution network. Big organizations, or large organizations, I should say, that create publicly available software normally will use a CDN so that the load on their own servers are minimized. Also, if you, for example, see a company like a company like CNN, that people go to their website from all over the world, should really be using CDNs, and I believe they are, because CDNs help like to serve images and some of those contents you see on the website, and that's why they load pretty quickly, rather than for you to be serving it from your own data center or from your own cloud service. And if you're serving it from your own cloud service, of course, each request is billed at a certain, could be 1 cent or something. But anyway, so jQuery, you can go to the CDN and copy the link. Mostly you want the, I'll say just get the most recent one, CL versions of jQuery core. You want jQuery core and you want the most recent one. For me, it doesn't matter whether you get it uncompressed or you get it minified, whatever. I'll use the minified because it's very small. Basically, they've removed all the blank spaces, all comments, everything. They've minified, minimized it. So all you need to do is copy this and put it in your HTML. In your HTML, not in your JavaScript file, in your HTML file. Okay, before your own JavaScript, because this is JavaScript. Put this script tag anywhere before your own JavaScript script line. Okay. Now let's say this is your own JavaScript file. So my HTML is first team HTML, and my JavaScript is first team.js. So right here. This code, I'll make it available in Blackboard so that, I mean, you can follow it as much as you can modify it for your own purpose. This is the name of my function, and this is the definition of my function. All right. Um, I can pass the URL in, I can pass the data in. Doesn't really matter. Actually, you know what? Let me change this a little bit. Let me do this. Copy. Okay. Cut URL. URL. I do not need data in this case because in this case I am getting everything. So um this is actually where the Ajax call happens. Ajax is asynchronous JavaScript, basically. And what that means is this is referred to as a non-blocking call. So your web page will still load while this is interacting with the REST API. The parameters here, the URL, is the URL we want to reach out to, which is going to be the URL of the REST API with the slash list verb. That URL is passed in at this point. Okay. The type is get because we're just using the list. Data, there's no data. If we're doing a create, we'll have put something in data. Data type is JSON. Okay. Data type is JSON. Success gets called when it successfully retrieves data from this web server from the REST API. Error gets called if something bad happens. Now, success will return the data. And all I'm doing here, well, all I was doing before was I was alerting the data to pop out. But that's really not, I'm just printing it to the console, right? And then I'm calling my display function. Display will take the data and display it on my on my web page here or in this area. If it was an error, on the other hand, of course, I'm putting an alert here. I mean, in development for development purpose, I can put an alert, but in production code, you never ever want to use an alert, right? You can use a console or any others. All I'm doing is I'm just stringifying the request. I'm assuming it's a JSON data that's coming back, even when it's an error. Maybe the database is locked out, whatever, any problem that's happening. What I'm getting back from the REST API is still in JSON, and I'm just, trying to print it out. All right. So in this case, success, I'm calling the display and I'm passing data to it. What is my display? My display takes a list because I know that, at least for this particular scenario, it's a list that I'm getting back. And all I'm doing is for each entry in the list, I'm doing this loop. Okay. I get the image, I get the name, I get the bio of my player. Okay. Those three things. And I look for that element in my HTML from DB. Let's look at my first HTML. First HTML in my web page is my first HTML. This is where I want to write my data. Okay. The start when I had it hard coded, this is where it was. Okay. I think I had what, 1, 2, 3, 3 or 4 players there. but I'm not doing that anymore. Actually, let me just wipe this out. Okay. So I have this div or section here. That's where I want to pump the HTML for my players into. The ID is from DB. Okay. Uh, so where's my JS? There's my JS right here. So what it does is using jQuery notation, and you can use pure JavaScript as well. Uh, document.get element by ID, blah blah blah. That works as well. So I grab that section, and all I'm doing here is I'm creating this HTML and inserting the values that I've extracted here: image, name, bio. Image, name, bio. Those are the three values that I've extracted for my players in this case. So the name is here, the image is here, the bio is here. Basically, it's just concatenating strings in JavaScript, nothing major. And I'm using raw HTML to write it out here. You can actually use elements or nodes, whichever one you're comfortable with, to write it out. Either one is fine. Um, and then I'm appending it. So my div, I'm appending the new div. Okay. So let me do this again. My div points to the from DB in my HTML from DB. Okay. That's my div. So I have a reference to it here. Then this is what I want to insert or append, I should say, new div. So I populate my new div with all this HTML here. Once that is populated, I now do an append. My div, which is this one from line 37, append the new div. Remember, this is a loop, okay? This is a loop. So depending on how many players I have in my database, it will go through a loop to add all of those to the web page. So let's see. Oh, one other thing. I said this is my function. I have to call this function. And this function expects me to pass in a URL. That URL is what it will pass to Ajax. So this is my function call. Okay. And my URL, let me put my URL here. Don't forget it has to be in quote. It's HTTP, not HTTPS, HTTP colon slash slash 18.119.130.209 colon 8080 slash, for me it's player. For you, for the restaurant student, it was DGR. For somebody else, it's going to be something else. We all have different paths for our project, and as I get your data information, I normally will let you know what your path is. But the verbs that we will all have that I'm supporting in the API are mostly the same for everybody. In this case, I'm using a list. Okay. So let's try this. Let me save this. Save, 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 save. Let me also save my first HTML. Boom. Okay. So let's pray it works. Let's pray it works. Oh, it works. So I have three players, right? Three players, right? Let me add one more player real quick. Um, where's the curl page? Okay, this is the curl page. So if I do player in my path to player, because I want to check for, and then list. So I have three players: Kepa, Thiago, and Ben Chilwell. So let me add another player. Let me do create. Um, I have to remember a few things here. Post, right? Minus H. I think that's content type. What's the content type? Application JSON. Yeah. Application JSON. Right. Okay. Minus D. Name. Name. I'll fill in the name. Other fields I need position. I don't know which player I'm gonna pick yet, so I'm just gonna leave that. Bio. Debut. I'm just gonna put a date here. 2020, 10, 15. Active is yes. Image, I need to pull an image. And I'm not gonna set the ID because the database set gives us the ID. So let me look for Chelsea FC players. Who do I want to do? All right, let me do Pulisic. I need a bio on him. Okay. Then Pulisic. Forward. So when working with what am I going to use as image? Let me look for a picture. I said Christian Pulisic. Oh, okay. Mm, so I want a vertical. Let me use this. I don't know. Yeah. Copy link address. Oh, okay. No, I don't want that. Google does that annoying thing where their URLs, they wrap them. Let me go to the site itself. Pulisic. Okay. Copy image address. All right, let's see. Did I get everything? I think I did. Post is there. The content type is there. All right. Oops, it says bad request. Um, let me see. What am I seeing on the server? Am I doing something wrong? Oh well, let's see. So name that, position forward, bio that. What am I missing? Oh yeah, see, I think yeah. So Captain America there. I need to escape it, and the reason is because cap double quote is right there already. So I need to escape that. I think it's a single slash that I need to escape it. Let's try that. No. Okay. All right. I'm not sure why. Is there another double quote? I don't see another double quote. I'm just going to remove that. I hope that's the other problem I'm having. Just avoid special characters right there. Okay. At times, Christian say for. Okay. Let me try. Let me try this again. Copy it. I want to. Let me remove ID equals. What's the ID? 4, right? Okay. I don't have. All right, that's fine. I don't have the remove endpoint for me yet. I'll create that at some point. But anyway, I just added a new player. So list 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the fourth one. So if we go to where's my web page now? If I come here and refresh this page, see that? Now, let's say, so we've used the list verb here. See how I have full story here. Let's say I wanted to take you to a different page when you click on this link. Okay. Really, what I should do is under this full story, in this link, where is it? So this is the full story link, right? Of course, it's not linking to anywhere for now, but I should have the link include the ID of the player, okay? So that when someone clicks on this and it takes you to another page, that page will have the ID and that page can have its own Ajax call that can actually now use a get instead of a list. So this page uses the list verb, but if this doesn't do anything right now because it's just a hashtag that's there. If we were to make this work, we'll put question mark, whatever the link here is, question mark ID equals the ID of the player, 6 or 4, or the ID of the restaurant, the ID of whatever it is. So that when you go to the next page, actually, let's do this. Let me show you this. ID equals JSON.id, right? And I can do this and say question mark ID equals ID. Okay, refresh. I think was it not balanced? All right, so we can inspect and look at our console. Nothing is in the console. So let me see what's here. Um, I think my okay, I see. I think my ID is not balanced. Refresh it. I mean my yeah. So if I click on, let me pick anyone. If you look at the URL, if you look at the URL at the bottom, okay. When I click on that, you see the URL has ID equals to 2. If this were to go to a different page, the page will capture that ID of 2 and use it in its own Ajax call with a get to the REST API, or and grab more information about the player, or grab the full bio and display it, or anything it needs to display. So that's the interaction. I'll put this code in Canvas along with the URL for where's the curl? Yeah, this curl uh, website. If you run into any problems, let me know. Or if you need help in formulating your own Ajax call here, let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you out. All right. I think I should stop here. And where's my recording? All right. I'm not sure where my recording window is. Okay, there we go. All right. Talk to you guys next weekend.